Hello and welcome to Light Waves by todderbert. In front of us with the Fenix E06R. It's a 3-in-1 keychain flashlight with UV and red laser. You can find this selling on Amazon USA and phoenixlighting.com for $55.99 for the gray, turquoise, and white versions, and the one in front of you is called the graffiti version, which you'll pay an extra $2 for. So let's check it out. The Fenix E06R. Kind of a cool pickup. I have the little baby brother, the 3R, which I'll show you here in a moment. Here's the flashlight, looking pretty cool. This graffiti's different, and that's why I got it. Different's good, because I get kind of bored of the same random old colors, you know, black, gray. This looks neat. I like what they did here. So there's our front end. Give me an idea. Size, kind of like a key fob size. Yeah. Alright, so let's check out the box real quick. Took it out of here, make it easy. It's kind of a glossy plastic box. Interesting, it's not paper. So if you save your boxes, awesome. Comes in there, a little tray protecting it. Limited edition, this graffiti one. So there you go, white light, UV, red. It's got a RGB center light too as well. I don't see myself using it, but some people love it. They like RGB, it's like a thing. And hopefully it goes away because I'm not an RGB fan, but if you can control the red, blue, or green and have a steady light source, that'd be nice. So they got a nice lifetime warranty there, built-in battery, 750 milliamp, throw 110 meters, 700 lumens, cool, what you'd expect, high-powered guy. And over here we got some more bullet points, I think. There you go. And some QR codes, WeChat, nice. All right, on the back here, has a little paragraph. See if I can zoom in here. I don't think I can. Do it down here. Okay, so yeah, it's got a little paragraph there, blah, blah, blah. And then we have our modes, high, medium, low, eco, all accessible from the main button, which is nice. You don't have to double tap to get to turbo or anything like that, so that's nice. It remembers high as well, which is a good thing. RGB, I mentioned on the ring. You got the blue flashing mode, red flash. I mean, these are more like breathers, not flashers. There's a red-blue flasher there. UV light, red laser. Okay, there's outputs there. So, cool stuff. And we'll go over this. What comes in the box. And there we are. Boom. Done with this. Alright, get that out of the way. So yeah, in the box we get the start show. Kind of bring it on down. Now it gets kind of lost in that red background, so I might put something down for that in a little bit. We get a lanyard. Nice. Straight up, a little key ring. No extra O-rings because you can't take the battery out. That's a problem. But you know, that's what these lights are made. They're made just to be used and then discarded over time, just like an iPod and your iPhone. So there's your charging cable, USB to USB-C. What else we got? You got some warranty certificate. Okay, cool. There you go, 5 years free repair. Nice thing. Fill it out. I don't know if you have to send it in. You can read up on that. I think you just keep this so you know what's going on. Alright, cool. So there's that. Put that aside. What else we got? You got a little catalog. They got some cool flashlights. Fenix is known for just awesome stuff. I mean, they got stuff that just rocks here. I don't know. Just amazing things. Now, that looks familiar. That body design reminds me of the Sofern IF23 Pro that I carry. Yeah, I carry it for my walk light. I like the 5000 lumen flood it has. Let's see what else we got here. We got a compact guy right there. Probably, what, an 18350 maybe? That's nice. I like those kind. And then they got their standards. Okay, great. And then we got the user manual, which we'll go over really fast. Okay. Just going to bring it across here. How to use it, which I'll go over. A cool little runtime graph. You can see it kind of drops down, you know, with high there, throttles. Shows you when it throttles. And then if you look at the other modes, they don't throttle, which is nice. Alright, cool. And more use. Again, very basic stuff. QR codes, and I flip this. We got warning. Okay, we got bullet points there. A lot to cover there. I'll probably miss something, so we're going to freeze there. You can read it. Okay, operating instructions. Technical parameters. Okay, all straightforward. Okay, well, there's more operating. Okay, this goes to this little paragraph. Sorry about that. Dun, 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 dun. There you go. Does have electronic lockout. Thank you. It has to have that. I mean, otherwise it's going to turn on Oh, there's more of the instructions. Okay. Charging. Battery life indication. It's got a green, red light, of course. Pretty basic. Overheat protection, low voltage warning, usage and maintenance, and included. All right, we're done. No, actually, we got to go word light. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop down I think I'll drop down a board here so we can see what's going on. That might look a little better. Yeah, it's going to get lost in the red. Okay, so let's bring it on close to it. Let's go over dimensions of the E06R. Keep on saying, miss that 0. I always miss that 0 on these models. But yeah, the FOB style, you know, it's kind of weighty. It weighs about 54 grams, the battery and everything. So it's a little chunky. You wouldn't probably have it on your keyring. You know, most cars nowadays have start buttons, so you're not really, this isn't really in a, you know, hanging off a keyring on your ignition, so you should be fine. Unless you got an old car like me. But there you go. Pretty neat. So, yeah, dimension-wise, we have 2 3/4 inches in length, 70 millimeters. We have a width across this way here of 1 1/8 of an inch, or 28 millimeters. Then we have a thickness or height of 5/8 of an inch, or 16 millimeters. So not bad. Cool, got a mag base there too as well. Cool. All right, so let's go ahead and bring this up into a size comparison. Now I have handy the little baby I was talking about, the E03R. Yeah, this thing's cool. Got battery status on it, same as this. If you just tap it once, it's a little bit brighter. But there you go. And then I think it's press and hold. And it's got the modes. It's got 4 modes too for this little guy. And it's got a red light. I really like this. It has a red. This doesn't have a forward red, which I would like. Just put it out there. Anyway, we'll demo that guy. You still pick these up. The version 2 came out. And I think that one is going for, I want to say $29. So yeah, if you're interested. I'll try to link that in the iCard section up above here. If you want to check that review out. So we got a AA battery. We have an 18650 flat top here. See if I get these things to stay put. Yeah, I figured we'd want to roll. And then we have a 18650 powered TC15 version 3 through night. And I got to bring it over to see that. So you can see the whole thing in frame. Just how little this guy is. And there's our flat top battery. Trying to get the writing to show so you know it's an 18650. There you go. Molly cell. There you go. Size comparison complete. All right, awesome. Let's go over features real quick. All right, so feature-wise, quite a bit going on. On the front end, you can see we got a bezel there, kind of anti-reflective coatings. And behind it, we have 2 SST12 cool white LEDs, color temperature of 6500 K. Nice. They look pretty good. Press and hold. There you go. Cycle. Neat. And then press and hold off. So there's our 2 lights. In the middle, above, we have a UV. That's the, yeah, it's an SST as well. It's a Lumen SST08. And it has 580 milliwatts at 365 nanometers. So that's what that little dude is. And below it is the red laser. So got the red button, red laser. Press and hold. There you go. And long press off. Nice. So yeah, really cool setup. So that's the front end. It's got kind of looks like a little bezel there. So we're sitting in a aluminum alloy body. It'd be cool if this is copper, but it's not. I think it's just etched copper there for the graffiti look. So yeah, it's a hard anodized Type 3 finish, which is nice. Yeah, very cool. Back clip is cool. We got also a tight fitting, got little nubs there, which it's nice to see. Got a lanyard hook point right there on the belt clip itself. Looks removable. Over here we have our USB charging jack. So USB-C, and it's waterproofed. So you don't have to worry about a jacket or losing those little rubber jackets. That's handy. So this is IP66 waterproof. So you do have water resistance in a downpour. You don't have to worry about this getting wet. You just don't want to submerge this light. Probably because of this buttons and these buttons here. And probably the threshold for this. So yeah, it's not submersible. You can't submerge it, but you can definitely be in heavy rains and be fine. So that's nice. While charging this light, you only have eco mode available on the front lights. That's all I was able to actuate while I was running this thing in the charger. And yeah, charge rate, I think it was fairly right around a half an amp. So if you're wondering. Internal battery, is a 750 milliamp. As I mentioned, it's not replaceable. That's the only downside of these, but people know when they're buying them that that's the case. But in case you don't know, now you know. So you got the magnetic base, which is real strong. It'll hold an 18650, no problem. Yeah, it's a strong magnet. Wherever you put this thing, it's gonna stay. You know, if you're working on something, that is handy. And a light like this, I do like to have that mag base. I won't complain about it. On a bigger light like this, no, I don't want a mag base. I really don't. I want it only in the smaller stuff. Yeah, big stuff just it's too heavy sometimes for a mag base. So what else we got going on? So I talked about the IP66 waterproof. It's a 1 meter drop resistance. That's pretty basic. So you got the hook point for the key ring or lanyard here if you want as well. It's kind of neat. I'd hook up like one of those little paracord things. And you could grab it out of your pocket easy. You know, if you don't want to use the clip, that's a good way to carry it. So yeah, rock and roll. We got the switches now. Yeah, so you saw me using them. So you got a purple one for the UV, you got a red one for the red laser, and they're just long press on, long press off. So long press on, we got the UV, which is super bright. Let's bring in Iron Man here. You can kind of see what's going on. Awesome. Long press off. We got laser, long press on, long press off. You got a red nose. You get it right. UV back to UV. There you go. That UV is like intense, man. Wow. Definitely has some power. Loving that. What else we got going on? So yeah, your main switch. So if you single press, you get the battery status. Green, that's good. And red means charge. So get to red, charge it. There's no orange. So yeah, get red, charge it up. So more functions here. If you double press, well, actually I should just go to the main lights. So you saw me doing the main lights. So press and hold, just like the sides. And of course the battery status comes up and your lights come on. It has mode memory. So it remembers low, eco, medium, or high. That's nice. And you just single press now to cycle the modes. So eco, low, medium, high, boom, right? And then long press off. And then if you want to access the RGB ring here, you just double press. And it's got this kind of like going round and round. I don't know if my camera's picking that up or not. Let me see if I can just shade that. Maybe I'll do, when I do a demo in the dark, we'll do that. Okay. So anyway, that's neat. And you just single press, changes modes. Here we got a breathing red. You got a breathing blue. Okay. And then next one, you have flasher. So if you can't handle flashing lights, turn away. So we got a red-blue flasher. So if you want to get somebody's attention, just don't put it in your window of your car. You might get in trouble. Yeah. But at least you got a flasher to get somebody's attention. Okay. Single press goes back to the rainbow. That's pretty much all it is. See, I don't really need this. It's not really I mean, if that was just solid red, you might be able to use it like a reading lamp, but it fades. So I don't know. The breathing thing, I don't see myself using that either. I mean, some people might, but it's just too bright to be a locator. It's just kind of like for mood lighting, I guess. Some people like this stuff. Yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and turn it off. So, and then of course you have the electronic lockout, which is simultaneously holding the UV and red laser buttons. Hold them until it like confirms lockout. There we are. We're locked out. So now I think you have access to, yeah, nothing. Do we? Let's see. Press and hold. Yeah, nope, no access. I thought it might have had a low mode. It doesn't. So nothing. So it just flashes twice telling you it's locked out. And to unlock, just repeat that process. Hold the UV and red laser buttons until it unlocks. There you go. Now we're unlocked. And we can cycle again. Sweet. Okay, let's head to the garage where I took some pictures and quick demo this light. So I'm going to go ahead and just turn this off here. Long press. Boom. And remember that high, nice. Okay, so let's head to the garage where I took pictures of this flashlight in action. So here I'm in the garage, 15 feet away from the garage door. The light is on high. This is 700 lumens. It will throttle like you saw in that graph. Expect a total runtime of 1 1/4 hours before the light completely turns off. It has a throw of 110 meters. Now we're on medium. These are step modes I like to use. Medium, low, and eco. Medium is 150 lumens. Expect a runtime of 2 3/4 hours with minimal to no throttling. And then a throw of 50 meters. Now we're on low, another nice mode, 30 lumens. Expect a runtime of 12 hours. This is a mode you should try using more often to conserve your battery power. It has a throw of 23 meters. And our last picture is eco. This is 5 lumens. Expect a total runtime of 60 hours and a total throw of 9 meters. 5 lumens works great in small areas, even the garage. I was able to see what I was doing walking around. So yeah, and then you get your 60 hours of runtime from that. Not bad at all. Let's go back to the bench. Okay, let's go ahead and turn this on. Long press. So I remembered high, so we're gonna actually go down to eco, so long press, short press. Okay, short press to cycle. I mentioned that, right? Yep. Here we go. All right, so some flashlights, it's in my brain to hold to cycle. This one's just tap to cycle. So once you get your light, if you're only using one or two, you'll get them figured out. All right, so let's go ahead and turn this off. I'll bring this up a little bit. All right, great. And then we'll turn this off over here. I guess it'll give us a general idea what's going on here. So bring it in, you can see kind of the beam pattern here. It's got a nice soft diffuse center. And we're on eco, so I'm going to go up to the ceiling. There you go, high, eco, low, medium, high. High is lighting up the room pretty good, 700 lumens. It is pretty bright. It's washing out the image there for sure. There's eco, low, medium. Nice. Different modes, nice. And then of course we always do RFI. So bring that in. This guy wave.
Seconds. 10 seconds and counting. Down to 8. Giannis on the dribble with a left-hand dribble. Now he's picked up by Neeson.
There you go. Pretty simple. All right, great. Set this down, and we'll do some final thoughts. Yeah, the RFI is pretty intense on eco. So we're a radio channel here, so that's why I do that. You're going to pair this with a radio. You know what's going on, so let's go ahead and put the cards in. Turn that off. All right, great. So bring this back down. Yeah, so RFI, if you noticed, it was very strong on eco mode, the RFI produced by this light, but not too bad on low. It was actually the best on low. The medium wasn't too bad, but high was a little bit more, but not too bad. It's just a little bit more RFI to it. But yeah, you're going to be using some medium, 30 lumens, fine for tuning a radio. If you're going to be using that for your radio tuning, you could do that as well. So let's talk about likes, dislikes, wants, and overall recommendations. So yeah, final thoughts here. What do I like about it? I like the FOB style. It's definitely pocketable, easy to carry. A good backup light. I'd probably have a backup light to my main light. So if you got 18650 or if you're carrying something bigger, and this is a great backup. So if you run a light source, you at least got 700 lumens on tap or 150 lumens to walk the rest of the way home if you're walking or biking even. So you'll have those things, which is nice. I guess if you're a traveler, UV will come in handy for you. Checking currency and your surroundings. And of course, the red laser, maybe you're trying to level something. I don't know. Or play with the cat. I don't know, my cat probably go crazy with this thing. I usually try to keep lasers away from my cats. They just go too nuts. But yeah, I do like that. Mode memory, very nice. Beam pattern. You saw how smooth it was. Real nice. Decent run times on low. Yeah, you can't beat that 12 hours on low with 30 lumens and 5 lumens at 60 hours. Liking that. The warranty. UV secondary, having a nice usable secondary is a bonus. Waterproof USB-C jack. Yeah, that can't be understated because you don't have to worry about, you may have to worry about dust getting in there, but you just got to clean it out with some contact cleaner if it does get dirty. Not a big deal. They can handle that. And the mag base is handy. I like having that mag base. And a decent hook point there as well. So what do I want on this flashlight and I dislike about it? I'm not a fan of this RGB ring. I mentioned that before. It might be its main selling thing. I don't know. I really don't like it. I mean, as a battery minder, yay, you can see it. I mean, your thumb doesn't cover it. That's actually kind of cool. I like that. It's handy. But that, other than that, I don't care for the flasher. I don't care for the red-blue breathing thing. You know, I don't like any of the modes. That's just me. You may love it. So, add a red LED instead of that laser. That red laser, I don't know. It's not very useful to me. Yeah, red lasers are kind of inexpensive. Green laser would be cool, but yeah, if you're not gonna, I'd say a red LED would be nice underneath that UV. Be perfect. I would like that. That'd be fantastic for this light. It's fairly heavy for a keychain light. So yeah, if you're putting this on keyring and you're gonna put it in an old car with an ignition, you have to be careful. This is too heavy. I probably wouldn't do that. So just keep it in mind. It's 54 grams. It's kind of weighty for hanging off key rings in ignitions. Non-replaceable battery is a big one too. So yeah, there are some dislikes here. So what's my overall opinion? It gets a maybe recommendation. And I say maybe because it has a premium price tag. That price tag at $55, you really gotta like what it offers for $55. Otherwise, I'd say get yourself something smaller, as little the 3R, version 2. Get this bad boy and save yourself some money. This is only $30. If you don't need the extra features this has, capacity, the extra UV light. But this, I like having the red. And this is a nice little backup as well. This is definitely more like your keychain light. This can be fine on a key ring. Not a problem. It's pretty light. But this does go through the battery pretty fast. Just keep in mind. You're going to get way more runtime here. But, this is the way to go. But if you like the feature set, that's why I give it a maybe. It does have a feature set that some will like and some won't. So that's why it gets a maybe. Because it's quality. Fenix, there's one light I haven't seen that I don't like from them. They're all pretty decent. So I'm happy to own it. It just has some features I may not use. So there you go. Definitely gets a maybe recommendation for the E06R. And this definitely gets a thumbs up, the 3R. So yeah, definitely check this video out for this dude if you like the little smaller style ones. I really like that. Nice. Just a cool little guy. All right. So there it is. If you enjoyed the video, give it a big like. If you like the flashlight, give it a big like. 2, if you like Fenix products, want to see more, subscribe to the bell icon, get notified of future reviews from the company. And of course, 3, comment down below what you think about the E06R. Are you a fan of everything I showed you? Are you on the fence like me? A little too much money for what it offers? Do you like having the red laser? Do you like having this RGB thing? Is this your thing? Let me know. Is that your thing? So, I forgot to mention, you can also switch between. So if you got UV on, you can go right to white by just long pressing these things. Red laser, UV, white light. You get the idea, right? I'm sure you would have figured that out. But anyway, plus the different colors. I will say that the white looks nice. It looks clean. Nice clean look if you're looking for something different. They do have the same color as this. They do have the gray. They have the turquoise, which I don't know about on a light, but cool. But yeah, if you like color choices for your flashlights, they do have them. So definitely check them out. So let me know what you guys think. If you're going to be picking up a 6R, or if you already have one, and what your thoughts are on this light as well. All right, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in my next awesome video.